They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You can't block me. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Ready?
Rudolph now to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Go now. 50, plant. Hey, high 7.
Mike 29. It's out of time. It's out of time, guys.
Deep rip.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. On first down, right back to Lindsey. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Haywood. 27 Mike, 27 now.
Here's Rudolph. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run here with Lindsey. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it second down and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Now a carry for Lindsey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me there, partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Now this time, Carl throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 9, Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23.
That's another Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
What now? 180?
Eat. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He is brought down by
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 35 on second down, Rudolph trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
We got to get this stop here, D. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's complete. Stills. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's called. And he's going to go down again. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and with it, time will expire here in this first half of play. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Go!
Back to throw, Rudolph. They'll find Lindsey here. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now Rudolph. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing now is Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Throwing on first down is Carr. And Stills bringing it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Carr. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there. A give, Eckler running to the right. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Hey, let's go.
At the 26-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Rudolph. He sets to fire deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. 74 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Hey, Charlie.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47.
Ready?
Rudolph. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Carr's throw here caught by Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Going on the ground with Eckler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go, G.
29. 29.
From the 45 on second down, Carr. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Bravo.
198. Watch 98.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, going deep here for two. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Taywan Taylor, 45 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On the ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Go.
Watch 88. Watch 88.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 7. Mike 7. He's top.
Big grip. Big grip.
On first and 10, Rudolph. And the Raiders have got him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 58 yards. Rudolph looking to throw it. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. On second down now, it's Lindsey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here I come again. Here I come again. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Hey, watch the screen.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
7's a Mike. Mike 7. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Hey, Delta.
7. Mike 7. Nice, sweetheart. Mike 7. Mike 7.
On fourth down, Rudolph. And no, it's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So backed up closer to the danger zone here from the 2. This is 2nd and long.
734.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. Trying to get it that time to Stills. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they picked that one off.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They go again with Muhammad. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. Taking it in as his guys are back within a single score. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score, Raiders 24, Steelers 19.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd down.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Check. Mike, 55. Mike, 55.
From the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Come on, QB, come on.
Hey, Haywood.
35 to Mike. I got one.
Fair.
Switch.
Hustle, hustle.
Rudolph now to throw. Open man, it's Manette. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey into the secondary again. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Markel Lee in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
We got 3.
Yeah.
Mike 7.
Hey, exit.
Get in the right room. Mike 7. Mike 7. And watch that.
Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. But it's brought in by Washington. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Steelers first down.
Here we go. 10 low ball. Hey, Duke.
7's a Mike. Tackles. 7's a Mike. Mike 7.
One last throw here for Rudolph. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Go. Go!
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Hey, Mike 20.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.